Hello everyone. In previous video, I have explained you how to write course objectives and course outcomes for your course. Now in this video, I am going to explain how to calculate course objective or outcome marks. That means CO marks calculation. That means how to calculate CO attainment for a university exam, not for internal assessment. Now, what happens in internal assessment? In internal assessment, it is very easy to calculate CO attainment because the answer sheets are with teachers. We have a control on answer sheet. We can check the answer sheet. We can find out how many answers students have written, how many questions he has attempted. We can find out which CO it belongs to, and then we can directly calculate. But in university exams, it becomes really difficult because teachers does not have access to the answer sheet. And hence, it becomes difficult to calculate CO attainment. But still, we have to calculate. And in this situation, we should formulate some method that can be applied to find out the CO attainment to approximate the calculation. This calculation cannot be exact as we do not have access to the answer sheet. But of course, it should be approximately close to the actual. Now, in Mumbai University, the theory exam marks are 80 marks. That means university paper is of 80 marks. But total marks, that means total questions are 6, each for 20 marks. So total questions are for 120 marks and student solves for 80 marks. They have to solve for 80 marks. Remember, total marks are 120, but students have to solve for 80 marks. Now, if you see question number 1, in question number 1, they have written solve any 4. Now, this is A, B, C, D, and E. Now, first task is to find out which CO belongs to this question number 1, sub question A. Now, suppose this sub-question A belongs to CO5. Now, this B belongs to CO1 and C belongs to CO5. This is your task. You have to find out. You are a teacher. You have written your course objectives and outcomes, and hence you can easily identify the question and to which CO it belongs to. Similarly, you can find out, say, for D, CO3, and C also you can find out, say, CO, say anything, suppose CO6. Okay. Now, but we know that student will not solve all 5 questions. He has to solve only 4. Now, as a teacher, we have to find out the probability of which questions will be attempted by maximum students. Now, as a teacher, I think maximum students will solve question number A, B, C, and D, and maximum may not go for question number E because it is slightly difficult as compared to other 4. And hence, I have to choose only A, B, C, and D as there is a choice of any 4. The same you can apply wherever there are choice in the questions. In question number 2, if there is a choice that solve 2 out of 3, then there also you have to look for the probability of solving the questions. Now here as a teacher, I think maximum students might have attempted A, B, C, D. So I will take only A, B, C, D. I know A belongs to CO5, B belongs to CO1, C CO5 and D CO3. Now all questions are for 5 marks, so I will write marks in front of it. So this is for 5 marks, this is for 5, 5 and 5. Now go to next question, that is question number 2. There are only 2 marks, A and B. A is asked for 12 marks and B is asked for 8, but there is no any choice. Now since there is no any choice, we can take directly. Now I have to find out which CO it belongs to. So this belongs to again CO5. So I will write CO5 in the CO column, and in the marks it is asked for. That means CO5 is asked for 12 marks. Similarly, CO3, this question is for CO3 asked for 8 marks. Now I will go to the next question, question number 3. Again, there is no choice. Since there is no choice, you can directly write their COs. Now question number 3, A is asked for CO2 And question number 3B is asked for CO6. So I will write 10 and 10 as the marks. Similarly, follow the same process in question number 4, A and B. Then question number 5, A and B. Then question number 6, A and B. Now in this question there is no choice, so everything is very straightforward. In case in question number 5 there is one more question, say question number C. So you have to write question number C. Suppose it is asked for CO1. But there is a choice that the examiner has given a choice that out of these 3 he has to solve any 2 for 20 marks. So in that case again we have to find out the probability of answering the question. So if I find that maximum students might have attempted question number A and B and not C, as these 2 questions are easy as compared to C, so I will choose A and B. But here there is no such case, so there are direct questions and both are compulsory, so you can directly take CO4 5 and CO5 15 and so on. Similarly, do it for question number 6. Now this first task is over. Now next you have to make such table. In table again I will write question number 1. Suppose I think the students might have attempted A, B, C and D, and I will write their COs. That's CO5, 1, 5 and 3. So here you can see here I am making the same table. This is COs, question number 1. So CO5, CO1, CO5 and CO3, and marks assigned to these COs are 5, 5, 5, 5 because these questions are asked for 5 marks each. So I will make this table like this. Then question number 2A was asked for CO5 and then it was for 12 marks. So I have written this. Then question number 2 sub question B asked for CO3 and it was for 8 marks. And similarly complete for all the questions. Verify that this addition should be 120. Now next, write all COs in the column, first column, that is CO1, CO2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then write CO marks. Now let's see in a particular question paper, CO1 is asked how many times and for how many marks. Now here we observe that CO1 is asked only for 5 marks. You check everywhere, CO1 is not asked anywhere but only here, and it is asked for 5 marks. So we can write that 5 marks in front of. So we can see that CO1 is asked for 5 marks and hence write CO1 and 5 here. Then check for CO2. Now see CO2 where CO2 is asked, CO2 is asked here and CO2 is asked here. So here it is for 10 marks and here it is for 10 marks. So CO2 is asked for 10 plus 10, that is 20 marks. Then next go to CO3. CO3 again check. CO3 again check. CO3 is asked here for 5 marks. CO3 is asked here for 8 marks. And CO3 is asked here for 10 marks. So add these 3, that is 5 plus 8 plus 10, and CO3 is asked for 23 marks. Similarly, finish it for CO4, write it for CO5 and CO6, and you will get a grand total of 120. Now what is next step? Now same table, write horizontally. Same table, this column and this column, you have to write horizontally. So I have written CO1, CO2, CO3, CO4, CO5, CO6 and marks allotted by examiner in a university question for these particular COs. So its total is 120. But student is not going to solve for all 120 marks. He is going to solve only for 80 marks because it is a 80 marks question. So you have to change the weightage of these COs. You have to convert this weightage, which is for 120 to 80 marks. Now, how to do this? Now, let's see this CO6 is asked for 20 marks out of 120. Out of 120, this CO6, this is for CO6. This CO6 is asked for 20 marks out of 120. So convert it for out of 20. So out of 80, it is X. So how to calculate X? That is 80 into 20 divided by 120. Simple unitary method. And then you have got 80 into 20 divided by 120. So you have got 13.34. So weightage of CO6 out of 80 is 13.30. The weightage of CO6 out of 120 was 20, but out of 80 it becomes 13.34. Similarly, calculate weightage of CO5 out of 80. Now 37 you already have. So out of 120, the weightage of CO5 is 37. So how much is the weightage out of 80? Then again calculate 80 into 37 divided by 120. 80 into 37 divided by 120. And you will get 24.66. Then here for CO4 weightage, again 80 into 15 divided by 120 and you will get this weightage. So this is how you have calculated weightage of each CO out of 80. So these are the calculations you have to complete. Now once we get these values, what are these values? These values are nothing but the weightage of COs out of 80 in a university question paper. So you have to complete this process, and what next, that will be explained in the next video. So you have to complete this process. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.